Korean dramas have given us plenty of villains, but few are as chilling as women whose calm smiles hide twisted minds. From manipulative masterminds to cold-blooded killers, female psychopaths have carved a lasting mark on K-drama history. If you like twisted psychology wrapped in glossy production and gut-punch motives, here are the 10 most unforgettable female psychopaths from K-dramas and movies. Kicking off the list is the devastatingly composed Baek Ah-jin in Dear Ex. Baek Ah-jin's origin is written into every smile. Born into trauma and betrayal, she survived a brutal past and learned early that beauty and performance are tools for survival. The Naver webtoon and the recent TV adaptation position her as a woman who used charm to climb from an abusive childhood to A-list stardom, and that climb hardened her into someone who treats people as stepping stones. Ah-jin toys with people's insecurities to maintain her perfect facade, exploiting love and friendship for personal gain. She ticks many of the boxes of a sociopathic character: charming, manipulative, shallow affect, and a drive to dominate. What makes her unforgettable is the duality. You see the mask, you suspect the monster, and you're drawn in by how she flips from wounded child to predator without skipping a beat. Her dual life, public darling, private tormentor, sets the tone for the kind of chilling female psychopath we hear. Next on the list is the cold and methodical Jung Se-ok from Hyperknife. Jung Se-ok's background as a prodigy neurosurgeon who rose fast and fell harder explains how intelligence and wounded pride can curdle into sociopathy. Admitted into medical school as a teen and famed for clinical genius, she later loses everything after she is stopped mid-surgery by her mentor and becomes an underground surgeon whose ethics are obliterated by obsession. The background of genius training, calculated operations, emotional detachment, and an almost scientific approach to harming, which is why she chills. She is not chaotic, she is clinical. Third on the list is Koo Ja-yoon from The Witch Part 1. Although this film's female lead Ja-yoon is more superhuman assassin than textbook psychologist psycho, she absolutely earns a spot here for her chilling detachment and the way she flips the script on her pursuers. Ja-yoon's memorability comes from a backstory that reads like a Frankenstein myth. Created and experimented on in a secret lab, she escapes with the trauma of forced violence and a lifelong dependency on a curative serum. And those origins forge a woman who can switch from shy girl to lethal survivor in a heartbeat. Ja-yoon seems like a quiet farm girl with memory loss, but behind her innocent smile is a lab-grown weapon engineered for violence. When the film peels back her past, you see why she turns ruthless. The way she switches from fragile to fearsome with a polite smile makes her one of the most terrifying female characters ever seen in a Korean sci-fi thriller. Another unforgettable psychopath on the list is Young-sook from The Call. Young-sook, portrayed by Jung is the definition of unpredictable madness. Living in 1999, she communicates across time with So-yeon in 2019 and manipulates her through emotional blackmail and escalating violence. Once a victim of abuse, Young-sook becomes the abuser, murdering without remorse and changing history to suit her whims. Her chilling blend of childlike innocence and bloodlust creates one of the most disturbing portrayals of female psychopathy in K-cinema. Young-sook's crimes feel personal and performative because her backstory is personal pain turned into a weapon. Keeping trophies, hiding bodies, and reworking timelines are ways she reasserts agency over a life that once felt powerless. That origin explains why she's not merely violent but theatrical in her cruelty. Moving down the list, we meet Yi-shin in the 2025 drama Queen Mantis. Portrayed by Go Hyun-jung, Yi-shin is the series' central and most chilling figure. She is a notorious serial killer, famously nicknamed the Queen Mantis for her precise and brutal methods. Having been imprisoned for years, she is a brilliant and manipulative psychopath who possesses a deep understanding of the criminal mind, specifically her own. The plot is driven by her unconventional release. She is pulled out of her cell to assist police in a high-stakes hunt. The target is a new, elusive copycat killer who is perfectly replicating her signature murders, forcing Yi-shin to confront her own legacy while playing a dangerous game of cat and mouse with both the police and her new admirer. Number 6. Bae Gyu-ri in Extracurricular. This show has been flagged by fans as featuring a female character whose moral compass is deeply broken. Bae Gyu-ri, portrayed by Park Joo-hyun, comes from a wealthy but suffocating background and hides a cold, calculating mind behind her innocent appearance. When she discovers her classmate's illegal escort business, she doesn't expose him. She joins in, taking control with frightening confidence. Gyu-ri manipulates situations for excitement, not money, and treats people as pieces in her own power game. She doesn't flinch at violence or blackmail, showing an unnerving lack of fear or guilt. Her psychological games grow darker each episode, revealing a young girl whose privilege and boredom evolve into sociopathic control. Eighth on the list is the brilliant yet terrifying Sun-jae from Less Than Evil. This crime drama features Sun-jae, played by Isar, a female character explicitly described as a psychopath based on Alice Morgan from the British original. She is a brilliant psychopath with an uncanny ability to manipulate people. She toys with both criminals and cops, especially the lead detective Yoo Tae-sok, whose moral ambiguity mirrors her own. The dynamic between her and the detective is twisted. In a way, she's leading the dance and he barely realizes. When Sun-jae kills without remorse, yet never in randomness, her murders often follow a twisted logic that only she understands, giving her a dark sense of purpose rather than pure bloodlust. What makes her truly terrifying is her composure. She doesn't scream, doesn't rage. Instead, she smiles, speaks softly, and dissects human weakness as if it were a science. Sun-jae's duality cements her as one of Korea's most sophisticated female psychopaths ever written. Coming up next on the list is the eccentric but ruthless Song Yi-kyung from Inspector Koo. While the titular character is not the psychopath, the series introduces Yi-kyung, also known as K, who is a sociopathic teenage serial killer manipulating victims, police, and scenarios alike. A genius university student and social chameleon, Yi-kyung hides her psychopathy behind charm and confidence, manipulating those around her with disarming ease. The reason she deserves the slot is, the series frames her as someone brilliant, charming, dangerous, but operating under the radar until the tension builds. Female serial killers in a mainstream K-drama are still rare, and her cat-and-mouse dynamic with the titular inspector is electrifying, making K one of the most dangerously captivating women in K-drama. And last but not the least on the list is the mysterious Yoo Seong-Ah in the Netflix drama The Frog. Yoo Seong-Ah arrives like a mysterious visitor in a rural rental house and slowly peels back a life full of secrets. Her background is sketched through flashbacks and fractures. She's a stranger whose past carries violence and manipulative survival instincts, and her presence fractures the ordinary household into paranoia. She's got a son, a suitcase of lies, and a history that hints at earlier crimes, and a willingness to hide in plain sight. What makes her stick in memory isn't non-stop brutality, but the way the series uses her background, loss, displacement, and a concealed motive to make every smile feel like a calculation. She doesn't follow the expected revenge or trauma leads to villainy. Instead, she's emptiness filled with violence, which in a weird way is more frightening. So, which of these twisted characters are you brave enough to watch next? Drop your picks in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this list, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.